Is today one night stands? Yes.
Today is one night stands. We are reading stories all about the best, worst, most likely worst.
Yeah, it's
one
gonna
night
be,
stands.
It's gonna be bad.
I think it's gonna be pretty much horrifying.
I have never had a one night stand.
I was thinking about this last night. There was a few where I thought I did, but I was like, no, I knew them before. I just hooked up with them one time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, okay, what is the definition? What's a textbook definition of a one night stand? Like somebody just meet out, fuck, and then that's that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So no, I've never done that.
I guess the closest I got to a one night stand, I think it's gray area, but when I was it's giving the rock bottom moment I had where I was walking home drunk in the middle of the night, like years ago. And then a guy catcalled me and I got in his car and then we loosely hooked up.
That's like, I think that is kind of a one night standy thing. Definitely.
Well, then I guess, sweetie, I've had one.
Yeah.
Hey.
Even though you didn't have sex. That's like close enough though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've had situations.
There were things going in and out of orifices, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Yeah, and I gave him my underwear, and then he messaged me a picture of him smelling my underwear on Instagram, and then I blocked him. Shout out to Ivan
Enough.
from Torrance.
I hate that. I hate that.
Hello!
I hate that.
Yeah.
I could never leave my underwear with somebody. It's such a risk. There's always shit stains.
Well,
everybody knows this. There are always shit stains. I can't leave them.
So not only was there like, there wasn't like, this, I think it was kind of like modest skidding, you know? Not like a full-blown skidder, but like it was like, oh, who the hell's calling me?
I don't think, you're not a skidder.
Not entirely, but like as the years have gone by and the hemorrhoid has gotten unfortunate a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I know, because it like.
But here, you want to know what?
Yeah.
Back in the day, actually, I did have skiddies, but now that I have a bidet, that's really eliminated it.
Really?
A bidet, you guys, is like $20 if you want to get a not expensive version. But you can literally just get one and you need to start cleaning your asses because the underwear that we are losing to Browntown is astronomical.
Yeah, I'm losing a lot of it.
Yeah. Oh, you for sure.
Big time.
Yeah. But this one, there was a, you know, it was kind of like a Jackson Pollock array of secretion we had going on there.
You know, he's still got it.
Of course.
He's definitely still got it. At this point, it's just like so crusted.
Also, if anyone else has an IUD and goes through this, but like, I just feel like I'm always randomly like leaking like little bits of blood. I'm like, you know, like Hansel and Gretel. Like I'm always just kind of like leaving like little traces of blood around.
Okay.
Jealousy's a disease.
So you're Hansel and Greteling your underwear.
Yes, I'm Hansel and Greteling my underwear with my
Hansel and Gretel
with my body's nectar.
Lee,
Are
you an underwear sniffer guy?
No, he's definitely a sock.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Hot riff up top.
Yeah, one night stands. No, I hooked up with one guy. I never really do like just a one thing. I guess I've hooked up with like two guys once. Each were horrible. Each were such bad experiences. Let's hear what's going on over here. I don't even need to ask you if you've had a one night stand.
Lee.
I know the answer to that.
What is the answer to that?
Yeah, of course you have.
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No, he's Mr. Sentimental.
No, there's always a follow-up. It's never just a one night stand.
And the follow-up is, hey, don't
And then
text
you go,
me again.
Yeah,
leave me alone.
The follow-up is a restraining order.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, community service, but make it regret. One of my weirdest one-night stands began, as all solid cautionary tales do, while I was doing court-mandated community service, screaming.
Oh, I already love this.
I was freshly 18, aggressively non-religious, and working the front desk at a Christian gym called the Lord's Gym.
Absolutely not.
That is wild. You know that they only play like Christian rock too at the gym, which already feels like an omen in hindsight. I had truly terrible taste back then. Different terrible now, but still. I ended up chatting daily with the same meathead who seemed to be held together by a questionable steroid cycle and a steady diet of Red Line energy drinks. This is the second time I've heard about Red Lines in 1 week. I'd never heard of them before, but that's wild. Okay. Eventually, he asked me out on a date, which turned out not to be anywhere at all, but rather him cooking dinner at his house.
Classic.
Romantic adjacent? We had absolutely nothing in common, but it was very clear neither of us felt that this was a deal breaker. He was at least 5 years older, significantly more experienced, and I was a late bloomer who did not yet possess the skills required to gracefully exit a bad situation. Okay, because she's 18.
Yeah, she's like a child.
Can I say that I'm actually not surprised at all that this kind of interaction, this kind of relationship would blossom at a Christian gym?
Of course.
Of course, she's like a new, barely legal, and he's like,
God wants me to have somebody pure.
After a lot of small talk, things moved in the expected direction. He kept apologizing and reassuring me that it wasn't my fault. What's not your fault? Which was comforting considering I had not accused myself of anything.
He definitely felt like something was her fault.
Well, she just said that she was like too young to and too inexperienced to know how to like navigate like an awkward bad situation and like wanting to leave. So it sounds like, I guess, like they did have sex and then maybe she was, clearly uncomfortable or something.
I don't think they've had sex yet.
Oh, okay.
So he's already telling her something's not her fault and they haven't even had sex.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, foreplay on 10.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. At some point, it became...
What's that movie? Good Will Hunting? Or is it Dead Poet Society? Where he's like, it's not your fault.
I don't know.
Guess we're not film buffs.
Guess we're not. Which is comforting considering I had not accused myself of anything. At some point, it became clear that this was taking an unreasonable amount of time, and I was rapidly losing interest in being present for the remainder of the experience. Eventually, he pulled me in close and asked if I wanted him to come.
Are they not fucking?
Maybe they are.
Because otherwise, what the hell's going on? Just pulling.
Yeah, no, you might be right. They might be having sex and he's saying it's not your fault.
Scary story.
I hate those. At this point, I wanted nothing more more than for this to end so I could go home and rethink my entire personality. Nothing will have you
astral projecting.
Yeah, and having an existential experience like having a sexual encounter like this one.
Having a bad sexual encounter will change your DNA.
It does. It does really send you home thinking like, what am I doing?
That does more for me, for better and for worse, than like 12 sessions of therapy.
100%.
And then I need 24 sessions of therapy to undo the trauma that I just put myself through.
A lifetime of therapy after that.
Oh yeah, electric shock if anyone's willing. But
literally. Because yeah, nothing changes you like a bad sexual encounter. Okay. Eventually he pulled me in close and asked me if I wanted him to come. And it's like, you just be like, I don't care. I don't care what you do. Just get this over with. That's what you want to say in these situations. But then he added very seriously that if I wanted him to come,
oh, Jesus fucking Christ,
I needed to tell him that I loved him.
Now, this is actually almost every guy that I hook up with, so I actually get that. But here's the thing. That's a bit of a doozy.
Again, completely unsurprised that this guy goes to a gym called the Lord's Gym.
Yeah.
I stared at him, assuming I had misheard. I had not. He repeated it, then generously clarified that it was fine, even if I didn't mean it. Girl,
people are so depraved.
I know they really are. Girl, I did not love him. Yeah.
Hey, girl, we know you literally
you
still have placenta on your face. Of course you don't fucking love him.
But I love the idea of leaving. There it is. So I said it, and like clockwork, that was that. Yeah. This is, and men like to accuse women of having daddy issues. This is a man who has never felt an ounce of love from his parents.
Well, yeah, that's why he's searching for it right there.
And no judgment to that, but this is an interesting way of it to come out. So I said in like clockwork, that was that. I was instantly emotionally disoriented and aware that something irreversible had just happened to my nervous system. As he cleaned up, he apologized again, got teary-eyed.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Explained he had just gotten out of a 5-year relationship, and then asked if I wanted to stay the night.
Okay.
I declined with impressive speed.
Yeah, because he's like treating her like a comfort, like teddy bear.
Shortly after, I requested to be reassigned from the Lord's gym to a food bank. Oh, I'm screaming. I forgot that she was doing this out of community service, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hilarious. To a food bank so I wouldn't have to see him every single day. He continued to reach out until I finally told him I was absolutely uninterested in hanging out again. And that is how I learned that sometimes the real consequence of bad judgment isn't jail. That's so funny. It's having to change your community gym service placement to avoid emotional eye contact at a Christian gym. Screaming, hilarious. So good.
That was a nice little conclusion.
That
I know. That was really good.
That was really funny. I can't. You doing community service at a Christian gym is hilarious.
Also, it's the monotone hilarious for me. Hilarious. A soaked nightstand. Hi, gorgeous freaks. I'll keep this as short as pos because long-ass, rambling-ass stories are annoying in my opinion. LOL. Let's see if this is any good. I used to have a severe drinking and drugging problem. Drugging, like you were drugging people. Unique experience. I was a blackout queen, basically unconscious once I fell asleep most nights.
Oof.
A certified hottie took me home one night after the bar, and not only do I remember 0% of the sex, but I woke up in his bed in a pool of my own piss.
Ugh.
There it is, sister.
Nasty.
Yes. You know what? By the energy, like there's like kind of like a rambunctious energy to this. I knew I was going to be dealing with a piss queen, and I'm not mad. He was so kind about it, and I was obviously mortified. Got his number anyway, slay, and went home with my tail in between my legs. 2 weeks later, he somehow decided he needed another taste.
Wow. Okay.
And once again, I peed his bed.
Oh my God. Did you unlock like a piss kink?
She was like so drunk, I think.
I know, but like, is he like obsessed with her peeing now? Did she unlock a piss kink
I
in
guess
him?
like he had a taste of the golden shower and he said, rain on me. He was still so nice about it and comforted me and told me it was okay. But dude, it was absolutely fucking not okay. Obviously never slept over again. I was so embarrassed about it that I couldn't even think about it for at least a year. It made me physically ill to recollect. I can finally laugh about it after almost a decade.
Oh no.
Ironically, we both moved away to the same city and I have to relive it every time I see him somewhere.
Okay, this guy might be your soulmate.
I know, actually. It's okay, though, because he's not super hot anymore. Phew. Anyway, that was a really long time ago, and I have a husband now who I've never peed on, so that's cool. Hoping to hear some good one-night stand stories from you gals, and Lee, too. Love always, PP girl. P.S. Stop fighting with each other.
You had us till then.
Look, here's what it is, sweet girl. And we're either going to be fighting with each other or we're going to turn it on you.
Yeah, that is true.
That's the thing. It's either we're to each other
or we're to you guys.
Or we're to you guys.
Pick your fucking poison.
Stop fighting with each other.
And also, sorry, we don't have any one-night stand stories, I guess.
I know we don't.
Harper does.
Harper sort of does.
Yeah.
I don't.
I have a rock bottom story for you all. La 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 la.
I had one where I went to an after party to a concert I didn't go to, and then with this other girl who like I had been friends with and we were kind of flirting, but then when we got to the party, like she like stopped talking to me and like was off and like kind of ignoring me. So I was like, okay, maybe that's not gonna happen. And I ended up like bringing this other girl home.
Oh.
And then she stayed the night and then came back the week after. And when she came back the week after, it was the most uncomfortable encounter I've ever had.
Why?
Because it's like, I was like, yeah, sure, come on back. Like, we had a good time. And then when she got back, it just like,
Trying to capture lightning again.
all my avoidant tendencies, like everything, like it just was like, I do not want this woman in my house right now.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. And like, I tried to like just suppress it and be like, yeah, we're having fun. And it was just horrific.
I bet you were pulling out the sass.
A little bit.
God, it's the worst when you like don't want to be in somebody's place or have them in your place and you're just kind of like,
Yeah.
get out.
Yeah. I'm like
having
tensing up
someone
thinking
in
about it.
your place that you want to leave. Just the other day, my buddy was over at my apartment and I was like, if you don't get out of here right now, I like felt like I had fire ants crawling on me.
Yeah,
It's the worst.
I like, what is that? Like, why does that it just hits you all of a
I
sudden?
felt like I
and you're
had fire in my throat. I feel like I had ants crawling on my body. I felt like
Mm-hmm.
there was like tar, not even water, but like thick tar filling up. And I felt like I was drowning. And meanwhile, we're just having a nice, pleasant conversation. And I'm going along. I'm being so fake. I'm like, oh my God, tell me more about that. Yeah. But on the inside, I'm like, if you don't get the fuck out,
know.
I'm going to have to find a getting myself.
Yeah.
And
What is that? Why does
I
it?
don't know exactly what that is,
Why?
but it is definitely trauma.
It's hard.
It's something dark is going on there. But
That's like what I equate to like avoidant. Like
Mhm.
being avoidant is like when you're not together and you're like, yes, let's do this. And then you're together and you're like, oh my fucking God.
I have very few people that I can hang out with for extended periods of time because after like a couple, even like after honestly 1 hour, I'm like, I'm so good.
Yeah, I've
It
been
gets draining.
Yeah.
Having people in like around you gets really draining.
I love to be alone.
I've been a
know.
lot more selective about like inviting people into my space too, and inviting.
Who's
people
coming into
my
your
Yeah, I was
space?
gonna say, who are you inviting over?
Who's coming into your space?
Well, no, it's like so I used to want to have people over all the time, like in your like late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
You like want to have people over, you
Mhm.
want to have a good time,
Mhm.
and then like I did it like a couple times, like after a fish show. It was nice. I ran into somebody that like I hadn't seen from Boston for years, and it was cool. But then like after 2 minutes of them in my apartment, I was like, oh,
All right, you gotta
this was
go.
a mistake.
Yeah.
But then we left, and it was fun. We
Okay.
we went bowling.
Oh, things turned around once you got a little sporty.
Flirty. Oh,
Close.
what'd you say?
Sporty.
Oh, sporty and flirty.
One
Mind
night
meld.
stands are so interesting to me. I think the reason I never had them is because I'm not bold enough. I never had that kind of thing of like getting fucked up and then being like, who am I taking home tonight? Like, I just don't have that.
I think there was a period of time where,
I'm
I
surprised
could've
you don't have more.
well, this is why. So there was a period of time where I 100% was, I just threw all caution to the wind and was like, oh, like, let's just do this. However, I was born with that weird ass fucked up pussy. What's it even called? Like vaginismus or some shit? It's like
Oh,
where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
where
it
you
is.
have like your hymen is too tight, and I had to have surgery to get it removed. And so like I will say I was a very slutty virgin, but I was a virgin for way longer than I think I would have been if it was up to like my own volition. And I wasn't if I didn't like have that birth defect or whatever.
Ow.
Okay.
So, but now that you don't have vaginismus anymore,
Well, I think for okay.
now that you're all loosened up, you
all
don't.
loosened up. Well, I think also growing up in the South too, I like had like some weird religious weird religious trauma by proxy. I think I've talked about that on here before, but anyways, that was a lot to like work through. And then on top of like the pussy surgery I had to have, I think finally like when I felt like in my head when I had the surgery, I was like, okay, when that's all good and done, I'm getting out there and I'm fucking everybody because, you know, I'm at this point I was 22 years old. I'd never like had like proper like sex. But then when I did have it, I was just like, oh, you know what? Like, because I've already waited this long, I might as well just like wait a little bit longer. And then I got into a serious relationship with the person I lost my virginity to. And then yeah, I don't know. I feel like my 20s, right? I was like mostly just in serious relationships.
But you're like such a makeout queen. I feel like you've gone through periods of like you would get drunk and like go out and like just like make out with people.
Mhm.
I'm surprised that like that never turned into you being like, let's fuck.
Well, I think sex also, like a year after losing my virginity, I was raped. And so I think for whatever
Okay,
reason.
bragging.
Okay. What was I wearing? Right, guys? I think the pussy trauma
Mm-hmm.
mixed with the assault just kind of made me like a little bit adverse to random hookups. I think like I always like needed to at least just know the person. Not that they would even be like a good person, but I needed to at least know them a little bit before I did that. And then when I went through that horrible breakup in the pandemic, something shifted in me. And I think I was so sad. I just like didn't care about anything. I felt like I couldn't feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was drinking so fucking much.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I had that random ass hookup with a catcall guy. And I feel like I was using sex as like an escape. And like maybe like emotionally cutting a little bit.
But never a one night, but never really was a one night stander. Yeah.
Not really. But then now I don't even kiss people like that anymore. I mean, I guess like my improv team, but like besides that.
Not my improv team.
Sing out Louise. That's the musical improv department at UCB. Come check us out. LA. The team is Small Town Mayor. We be kissing.
More like small town makeout, huh?
Woo-hoo!
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Now I feel like very shut down to intimacy. So wonder what that's about. But
I get too attached anyway. I get too weird. After I fuck somebody, all of a sudden I'm like,
oh.
I know. It's disgusting.
See, I like get immediate. I think I'm more like you, where like after I hook up with someone, or actually no, you just said that you get attached too. I don't know. After I hook up with someone, I get very avoidant.
It's either or for me. It's like either I'm fucking all the way in,
Yeah,
or like I think I'm in, and then I see them again. I'm like, oh no, this isn't it.
Hell yeah.
I convince myself anyway. I'm like, oh no, this is probably. I'll be in love with them.
Do you think that that's your makeup, or do you also like? How do I ask this? Do you think that's like your genuine emotions, or do you think that might be like some like love addiction?
Love addiction for sure.
Okay,
but I mean, love addiction is like it is like my genuine emotions. But like, do I actually feel that way? No. I don't know. Something will unpack when I get back into therapy.
Hey,
honks and peanut butter fucker Lee.
Wow.
This story is from
Is that a reference? Where did that come from?
They just be making shit up.
I mean, Lee, I could see it.
They just be getting creative.
You walk into your fucking kitchen. You eat 12 slices of like
cheese and peanut butter. Have you ever fucked like an object?
And we're not talking about the women.
What?
Like, do you ever go home and you're like, let me fuck this, here's a mango, let me try this.
No.
You've never fucked like a thing.
Yeah,
No.
you have, Lee. I know that you fucked a Hot Pocket, taken a few bites, like went to gooning, and then you forget that you even heated it up, so then it's not like piping hot anymore, and then you just like look at this Hot Pocket and you go, a little big, but I bet my dick could fit in it.
I do think that if I had a penis, you know how guys are always like, if I was a woman for a day, I'd just play with my pussy and my tits all day. If I was a man for a day, I think I would put my penis in things to see what it felt like.
Yeah.
To see what different textures felt like.
Oh, of course.
Right?
I've always wondered what sticking your dick in ice cream would be like.
Interesting. Marbles.
Well, you have to like.
What is with you and marbles?
Yeah.
You have like some weird
sack of marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be aroused to stick it into things. You can't just.
Okay, yeah. So I'd give myself a boner, and then I would start putting it in things.
It's so easy to get a boner. You just think about like what, like for you, it's like underage Ukrainian girls, but like for like the normal person,
they think about their moms.
Yeah.
It's like easy.
Let's read a story.
This is from 5 years ago when I was at college in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Utah. Like 5-ish years ago. One Friday night, all of my roommates were either out of town or off with their boyfriends or something. What are you guys laughing at?
Sorry, I was just still laughing at just like envisioning Lee in his apartment, like scuttling around.
No,
Like
I
a little
was
rat guy.
upset. I don't like the Ukrainian stuff, the underage Ukrainian stuff, because people think it's real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
I
is the
think
same
it's
thing.
real.
This is the same thing as when you guys are like, yeah, you are fat phobic. Then
Well,
they think it's fucking real, and I go,
Alright.
You
great.
do hate the fats,
Tune
and you
into
do
our
love
Patreon.
the kids.
That's tune into the Patreon. That's a callback to that conversation. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com.
Whatever. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. I'm the
and
villain.
if you're over 90 pounds, she's talking to you.
Fuck.
Because we know how
It's like, whatever. You can't stand the heat, get out of the fucking kitchen.
You'd love for everyone to get out of the kitchen, wouldn't you?
One Friday night, all of my roommates were either out of town or off with their boyfriends or something, so I decided to get drunk and play Minecraft.
Okay.
After drinking an entire bottle of tequila, I decided that I didn't want to play Minecraft anymore. I wanted to fuck, and I didn't care who. Normally in this situation, I would just go find my hot-ass cheerleader roommate, but she was out for the night. My next option was to get on Tinder. Now, is this written by a man or a woman?
Oh, I assumed woman, but
Right?
let's see.
I have no idea how long I was swiping, but then you're saying Minecraft, and like that's kind of a man thing to do, and then you're saying cheerleader.
Girls play Minecraft.
So we're either
Yeah.
so it's a lesbian
To me,
or
Minecraft
man.
is like a girl's game. I know it's
Yeah.
not just
Really?
a girl's game, but
Yeah, same.
Okay. I have no idea how long I was swiping, but eventually I matched with someone who happened to live in the same apartment complex that I did. She was also incredibly drunk and invited me over for some sucking and fucking.
then maybe this is a human man.
I can't tell. She was also, so I drunkenly hobbled over to her apartment where I found her already naked and ready to go.
Okay.
And she offered me some vodka, which of course I accepted. I honestly have no idea how long I was there. I just know it was a long ass night. After a while, she asked me to eat her ass, which I'd never done before, but I was drunk enough. I was like, hell yeah, bitch.
You know what? Hell yeah, bitch. Period.
After a while,
And I bet it was sweaty too.
I know, God, you was so drunk. After a while, she asked me what she tasted like.
Oh, shit on ice. Why would you ask that? Microwaved fucking
I can't imagine
Fritos.
that it was good. I had no idea what kind of answer she might be looking for, but it certainly wasn't the answer I gave.
Oh, this is so Lee coded. What did
This
you
is
say?
so Lee.
This
I
is
know.
so Lee.
I don't know. Hot.
It doesn't taste very good, but I'm here, so I'll do it anyway.
Can we wrap
And
this
then,
up?
and then you get offended and you're like, that actually hurt my feelings. And he goes, God, women, they want you to be honest with them. And then when you are, they get all upset.
And then
I don't know what they want. She asked me if I was hot, and I said, I've seen hotter. Why did you want me to fucking lie? You want me to fucking lie? Yeah,
yeah,
I
God.
don't know. Her body's not that good. I've seen better ones. But
Like on my mom.
what you want me to fucking lie?
And you want to know what? I used to have a bit about this, and this just reminded me. I'm going to bring it back. Yeah, we do want you to fucking lie. If that's the truth, we would love for you to fucking lie. What do I taste like?
Disgusting.
Hey, lie.
What I hate is that half of that was direct quotes.
Yeah.
Half of it.
What
Try
do you
all
mean
of
half?
it.
You literally said you don't like when pussy is too wet. What in the closet?
There was one that I encountered that was too wet.
And you said you would rather eat ass if it's clean because you don't think women are clean if they've had more than one partner that's not you. That's why you
so
like
true.
to hook up with like little fucking refugee girls.
The second half of that was not what I said.
So, okay. She might have been looking up, but it was certainly not the answer I gave. Drunk ass me told her that that her ass tasted like chicken nuggets. That's not bad. Chicken nuggets are good.
Just
It's not really like a romantic thing.
microwave breaded grease.
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets are fun. I'm like, that's a lot better than saying it tastes kind of like shit.
And dino nuggies.
I mean, maybe she like farted one out or something.
So, which was true, but she didn't like that answer. She started yelling at me to get out. Well, bitch, he's eating your fucking ass. What do you think it tastes like? Poop comes out of your ass.
This is the thing too. He said it had been she, I don't know who the fuck this is. The author said they had been going at it for like hours, right? So that's why I said, oh, you're probably sweaty. Because like, let's say like you clean, like you're all showered and soaped up before the hookup. After you're hooking up with someone and riding and bouncing and sucking and munching, like you're gonna work up it's an exercise. You're gonna work up a sweat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then when you finally like, when you eat the ass, you got to time it right.
Yeah.
See, a bitch like me, I don't want you to eat my ass.
I don't want you to eat my ass. Definitely don't want you to eat my ass. And by the way, before this hookup, nobody showered. They were both like retardedly drunk.
Yeah.
Like,
oh.
Give me a fucking break, everybody. Give me a fucking break. She started yelling at me to get out. She didn't even give me enough time to get dressed before she shoved me out the door. So I drunkenly hobbled back to my apartment half naked, not knowing what time or day it is.
Yeah.
I get back and my roommate was in the living room in lingerie, obviously waiting for me. Okay.
What?
This is obviously written by a man. She went to kiss me. I told her to wait. This isn't even true. This is just some like
Can I say
man's
something?
fan
What the
fiction.
fuck are we listening to? So you just ate out a chicken nugget ass of some, okay, you open the door to your neighbor. She's already naked.
Waiting for me.
Waiting for me. Do you want some vodka? I am ready for you. And then you fucking eat a chicken nugget ass. And then she goes, get out. And you go, fine, I guess I'm out of here.
So I stumble home with my big, huge, roaring boner. Huge cock, by the way. I have a huge cock.
9 inches, soft. And then I walk in the door and my roommate, triple D, flat tummy, fat ass. Nice personality. Makes a mean sandwich. Don't care.
Loves playing Minecraft with me. She's there in her lingerie waiting for me. Wet, wet, wet.
And she goes, where have you been? I haven't got to give you your daily plumpkin today.
You haven't been here to fuck my tight little pussy. She went to kiss me. I told her to wait because I needed to rinse my mouth out real quick. She told me she didn't care and kissed me anyway. Okay.
So this is the thing. I don't think men should ever be able to legally tell stories.
After she kissed me, she asked if I had chicken nuggets while I was gone. This didn't happen.
No, she didn't fucking say that. And you put this prompt into ChatGPT, and you know how I fucking feel about ChatGPT. Don't fucking use it, and don't use it to write fucking prompts into this stupid fucking podcast.
I was drunk enough that I just told her exactly what happened. Thankfully, she just laughed and told me to brush my teeth. After that, we fucked until the sun came up.
Oh, did you?
No, you fucking
didn't.
didn't. No, you didn't. You've never had sex.
You're not worthy of love, and you are a stain on your family's bloodline.
This isn't worth any more time.
That never happened. You're not real.
Once he said cheerleader roommate, I knew it was.
That's so true.
And you want to know what?
Fuck off.
How could you tell it was written by a man? Because it was bad. Because it was fan fiction. The only person that is writing fan fiction is Gabby when she's envisioning Lee and I having sex. And that is barely even acceptable. But we definitely don't want to hear y'all's fan fiction.
We fucked until the sun came up.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. You didn't. And the only thing that's believable about that story is that you have a roommate.
That's so funny. That's so true. And the roommate is actually a weird incel man that dresses up in women's lingerie. That's what you're talking about. It's a real
you have a furry for a roommate.
Not Jeffrey Dahmer, who's Ed Gein. It's a very Ed Gein situation where they're like dressing up in like women's clothes.
Or it's like a lampshade that you put a bra on and you go, my roommate's here.
It's the roommate. It's the roommate of Tyler Robinson, the guy who shot Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of situation. Also, you said Utah? Yeah, this is giving Tyler Robinson.
Yeah.
You're like, this is so weird, and you've never had sex. You fuck your weird roommate named Gregory. It's like, I can't.
Go back to figuring out how to Charlie Kirk and don't ever fucking write in again.
Literally,
because
that was the most valuable you've ever been was when you were Charlie Kirk.
We can't keep the Charlie Kirk stuff. And
why not?
Because YouTube will fuck our ass. And B, let's stop giving more time to this story when other people write in and they don't get their stories written and they're starting to get upset about it.
No, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
So let's just read an actual story from somebody who cares about the show.
Suds sucking, then stranded in Canada.
Fuck you.
And I'm going to read this and I'm going to be nice, but just know that it's really hard and I'm really sorry because the last story was so bad, it just put me in a rancid mood. Hi, Honks and Lee. Wish I was in the witty story opener mood, but I'm currently procrastinating at my government job. Yay, bureaucracy. Before I start my story, I wanted to say congrats on the new place, Harper. Okay, that's actually cute. It's a huge milestone, and I wish you all the best on your new chapter. Okay, thank you. Gabby, I didn't forget about you, girl. I relate to letting the state of the world making you feel apathetic about your future, but I want you to know there is no need to move to Africa. There is so much to be done in your community. Lee really ate when he reminded us that the revolution will not be televised. Read some political theory, join a mutual aid organization, actively pay attention to things going on the local level. I found the mutual aid org I'm a part of on Facebook.
That is helpful and that is good. And it's also, I can't move to Africa because the place that I want to move to in Africa, they just decided they're not letting Americans in. And that's on Burkina Faso. So,
and that's on, we need to fix what's happening here. It's the girl from last week's Patreon who was dating that big-dicked homeless drug dealer. Keep the sex prompts coming. I have a few stories to tell. At 23, my most memorable one-night stand was during my trip to Toronto during Caribana? Caribana?
I don't know. Caravana? I don't know.
Okay. Our office wordsmith doesn't know, so.
Sounds like someplace in Canada.
Caribana. Caribana is a carnival festival that brings together folks from African and Caribbean descent. As a girl of Jamaican descent, I was right at home. I met my midnight consultant by chance. My best friend and I were walking around in the littlest bikini tops trying to find a light for our joint. I feel like we asked 100 people before someone finally gave us one. Let's call him AJ. AJ, my friend and I, AJ, my friend and I, was chopping it up for a minute, smoking together. I naively always think everyone I catch a vibe with is my new bestie. So when he invited us to his plans the next day, we said yes. AJ and his friends were in a section at this rooftop bar when we finally met up with them after taking the rest of a 1.75 liter bottle of Hennessy to the head. Now we have the makings of a great story. Alcohol, check. Best friend down for anything, check. Looking super hot, check. Finally, the best part, a group of fine Nigerian men, check. I don't know how we looked out, but AJ had the hottest friends. All of them were tall, dark, and handsome. One of them, let's call him Cuddy, was on me like white on rice. He had the sexiest Nigerian accent. And
dude, Nigerian men are built different.
They're very fucking attractive.
They're very hot. Those are like the hottest men. Whenever they do go to Nigeria on 90 Day Fiance, and it's always like these like disgusting white women, and they like these old fucking bat white women. There's one right now currently on 90 Day the other way, or before the 90 days, and she's with a guy from Nigeria. I mean, and they're so homophobic, it's crazy. But the guy's so hot. He's so hot, and she's so disgusting.
Love is love.
People keep making memes out of her. She looks like a blobfish.
Stop.
And I wouldn't say this if they all didn't have the worst personalities, but like the men that these like women, that these American women go over and get, I'm like, why aren't like young American women trying to get with these guys? Why is it always like the women that are my mom's age? Why is it always women like my mom? Why?
Her and Sylvester no more?
I don't know.
You need to ask about your new dad.
She doesn't. I want you to talk. I'm like, okay, no. Who knows?
I am obsessed with your mom having a 90-day situation.
Mm-hmm. Kenyan. That one's from Kenya. Anyway.
That one. That's, well, okay. He had the sexiest Nigerian accent, and he fed my ego in just the right way. One thing led to another, and a few hours later, my best friend and I were in an Uber Black on our way back to their hotel. In the Uber, AJ and Cuddy asked me if I ever had a threesome. I said no, but I've always been down to.
AJ's a boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was clearly lit, but not drunk to the point I did not comprehend what was happening. The threesome was a conscious choice that I made. A menage, why not, if you will. I was in a different country with two fine men to fulfill a fantasy I had. As we started to have sex, I realized maybe I don't like threesomes. Maybe it was just having to deal with two dicks, but it was way too overstimulating. I know, one dick is already too much.
I hear this a lot about threesomes, and it's like there's so much overhype with it that people are like so excited, and then they do it, and they're like, "This is too much."
Because it sounds really fun in the in theory. Maybe it was just having to deal with two dicks, but it was way too overstimulating. I don't know how, but Cuddy and I had a telepathic connection, and we kicked AJ out. It turns out we just wanted to have sex with each other. This story is already pretty long, so I won't go into explicit details, but I just want y'all to know it was amazing.
Okay.
I don't know if it was the nice hotel room with the floor-to-ceiling windows, the Summer Walker playing in the background, or the way
Ooh.
Cuddy was super attentive to my every need, but it was the best one overnight adventure I've ever had. After we were done, he didn't let me touch anything, not the floor, not my clothes. Cuddy carried me from the bed to one of those fancy glass showers, and he bathed me while giving me some great head. After he was and you want to know what? This is how sex should be on vacation. This is like what it is though. It's either you're having some fantasy sex or you're getting fucking trafficked.
That's so true.
And beaten. It's like there's no like, oh, we had sex. It was just kind of whatever. It's like there's only two kinds of vacation sex. It's like taken or the best thing you've ever had and ever will have in your life.
That's so true.
And that's what I have to say about that. After he was done, he massaged me with lotion from my toe to the top of my head and put my clothes on for me.
What the? Okay.
Period. I forgot all about my best friend. Clearly, I was having the time of my life. She was knocking down the door because we only had a little less than 2 hours to make it back to our hotel, pack, and go to the airport for our flight. I felt like Cinderella and my clock had struck 12. We didn't make our flight and was stranded in Canada for 2 extra days due to bad weather. Looking back, that story could have ended so differently, but luckily, God and my ancestors protected me, even when I'm doing foolishness. I would not recommend anybody do what I did. Do as I say, not as I do, my grasshoppers. Harper and Gabby, please don't eat me up too bad. I'm attaching pics to memorialize how hot I looked that day. In one of those pics, you will see my best friend. I want it to be known she is literally the love of my life. She loves tea time, and she actually put me onto the pod.
Aww.
Bye, baddies. Okay, Laura was stingy, and she didn't include it, but I can just tell that you're really fucking hot, and your story last week was really good, and this week was really good.
I wondered, like, did you get this guy's information? Did you ever talk to him again? Like, what?
But I feel like
Why?
with
Like,
things like
why?
this-
Yeah, don't.
that's the thing. When you have I can see like how there could be temptation, but I don't know. When you have a really beautiful encounter like that, just leave it.
Let it be. I know.
Let it be.
Because inevitably it will let you down and you'll end up being like, oh, this guy fucking sucks.
Yeah, because now you get to she just has like this peaceful, like perfect memory.
Yeah. This
like
fantasy of like, wow, things can be that good.
Yeah, she was in an amazing hotel. She got 8 from every single direction. Massage, like what the hell? Yes, as you should. And you're on a trip with your best friend too. That's so fun. Don't get his number because then you're gonna find out like, oh, he
has
flat
a
earther.
wife. Yeah. He's a flat earther. He has a wife. He has 7 kids. He beats women. Like there's something.
He gets mad when he drives an automobile, and it's like, no, I don't want to know that.
Yeah, he's probably homophobic if he's Nigerian. He's, there's something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the culture.
Okay, girl. One night stand stories. My first lesbo orgy. Only fitted that our closeted reads.
Hello, beautiful Bonkianos and Leech.
Hey.
I hope you all are having a lovely day, or not.
We're not.
I've been binge listening for a few months now and recently became a Patreon honk, even though I'm poor. Worth it. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, honey.
I wasn't sure if I would ever write in because I have so much anxiety. I'm scared of y'all, LOL. Don't worry, we're nobodies. But unfortunately, this prompt speaks to my soul. Between the ages of 20 and 22, I had sex with a number of people that could be described as profoundly haunting. Join the damn club, huh? And even more concerning than Lee's dream of creating a gaggle of robot servants, all named Harper-Rose and Gabby, I have a hefty supply of one-night stand stories, including a very frightening micropene encounter, terrible sex with the world's hottest drug dealer in the parking lot of a Burger King at 3 a.m., and getting cracked by my favorite gas station attendant. No. So let me know if you want to hear more. But I'll leave you with this classic tale. A few months into my early 20s, I lived/worked abroad in a hostel. Interesting. I'm grateful to have done quite a bit of traveling in my life, but this was by far the dingiest, most unhinged hostel I've ever experienced. I was friends with most of the other hostel employees, including a wonderful gay girl named Ginger. She and I made friends with a group of 3 or 4 queer strippers, cam girls, who were staying there on vacation for a few days. Where was this? They were really fun, kind, and beautiful. One night, Ginger, the stripper girlies, and I were planning to go out. So Ginger and I knocked on their door to see if they were ready. They asked, "Who is it?" We told them, and one girl whipped open the door, and they were all naked. Ginger and I looked at each other, in intrigued surprise, like, okay, and went inside. Next thing I know, I'm partaking in my first lesbian orgy. I'd had a few bisexual, gayish escapades before that, but this time I was full-blown chomping on cooter left and right.
Okay, girl.
Getting pummeled by a dildo at the same time. I was not a huge fan of dry dildo railing. Since it all happened so fast, I wasn't even really turned on. Just having fun and doing it for the plot. Ginger, however, seemed to be absolutely having the time of her life, and I love that for her. At one point, she cracked the door open and asked our coworker to pass her a cigarette. Icon behavior. The guy who gave her the cigarette was pleasantly flabbergasted at the sight, but thankfully was not invited in. At some point during the orgy, I also did my first bump of coke. I figured that moment was good a time as any to stray even further from the Lord's sweet grace. Honestly, when in Rome.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, the strippers apparently checked out of the hostel and disappeared into thin air.
Not the hostel.
As far as I know, nobody ever saw or heard from them again, but I'll always remember my first girly pop lesbiana coke orgy fondly. Honestly, that's the best way. That's the best it could
And
have gone.
honestly, that's so fun. And I also love that too. You're like, I wasn't necessarily turned on, but I was just excited to be there.
I have a feeling that Lee is going to say, yeah, that didn't happen.
No, I believe it.
No, we believe that one. We didn't believe the Minecraft.
No.
Well, no,
One.
because that was just so obviously blatantly fake. And
This person just wants to
Retarded.
yell at Lee. They go, but Lee, my darling, not them picking a fight with you. This is only the tip of the iceberg for those of us sexually traumatized. For those of us sexually traumatized by women with questionable self-worth and little regard for our own health and safety.
She's obsessed with me.
Take notes, Lee.
look at not all of the color coming to Lee's face.
Step out of the massage parlor and into the realm of boundless possibility.
I live rent-free in this little girl's mind.
Little girl, you said?
Little girl.
Thankfully, I've cut way back on the one-night stands. Okay, addicted. But I'm mostly grateful for the stories I've collected along the way. You guys have inspired me to look into slaw and Al-Anon, but unfortunately, there are no in-person meetings in my area. Thank you for planting the seed.
Girl, let's hop on a Zoom together.
Many thanks to all three of you for helping me get through the work shifts and mental illness. Hee hee hee. With love and light, Jay from rural New England. New England, you say?
Okay,
You got
it's
Lee's
giving Boston
attention.
Tea Party. Period.
Skinhead Daddy Amputees. One night stand story for you. Happy time.
What?
This is a really long one.
Is that the next one?
Yeah. We'll close it on that. That's the last one.
Great.
Not you not wanting to give me that pen. Skinhead Daddy Amputees, one night stand story for you. Okay. Shalom, honkginas and honkies, Lita Lee.
Shalom.
I had always had a thing for older men, mostly because I'm just rolling through at a different pace than other people my own age who I've tried to date. It's fine, and I've come to prefer it. Anyways, I figured getting some extra attention would help, so I downloaded one of those apps and got cracking.
When people say that, it makes me think that they're actually immature, and the older guys that are going for them, really naive, immature women.
It's funny because when I read this, I go, okay, you are 21.
Yeah.
You are 18.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot be older than 22. And
Yeah.
you date guys that are 35 that are pouring
Emotionally stunted.
but I mean that's just going without saying, but they're pouring this validation into your cup and you're like, yeah, the guys my age, they could never because I'm reading Lolita and it's like, girl, you're living it. But here we go. Okay. Anyways, doodly-dee. Anyways, I figured I'd get some extra attention, so I downloaded one of those apps and got cracking. Within minutes, my inbox was flooded. I live in a pretty busy area and expected that. But I got some pretty cute guys who immediately wanted to hook up. Older, seemed professional with their shit together. Cool. One stood out. He was like 45, bald, which is fine. Really, don't surprise me with a rat tail like my ex. Pretty handsome and a Paralympic athlete. I'm not going to lie, it kind of piqued my curiosity. I immediately responded to his message. He was mildly funny. Looking back, used cringe-worthy charm, calling me darling and stuff like that. It was whatever. He's from another time. Okay. I could tell he hung dong, and I was more interested in finding out how he fucked without a leg.
I was gonna say, okay, yeah.
Okay, you are a colorful wordsmith. It was gone from thigh down, but he was a am I saying this right? Paralympic?
Yeah.
Power lifter. So I figured he could figure it out. We messaged for a few days before he messaged me one night. Hey, thought I saw you in my area tonight. I'm out and about a lot, and said, yeah, that was probably me. Without a response, he sent me his address. That's kind of all I needed. So I headed over. He had a really clean house, a lot of guns.
Oh.
Barf South garbage, and a doodle. Don't get me started on doodles, but he
has a doodle. Ew.
But he was honestly much cuter in person, so we pretty much just got to it and didn't do much more talking. He was fine. Or maybe just he was fine. I can't tell. I can't tell if it was like, oh, he was fine or he was fine. I'm pretty petite, so he just fucked me at the edge of the bed missionary, as pretty much everyone else does. LOL. Okay, probably just, it was fine. He left his leg on. I know you guys would wonder. We would. He for sure had a daddy kink, which is not my thing, but I entertained him and called him daddy while he pulled my hair and bit me. That was pretty annoying, but it was whatever. Women are strong. We cleaned up and decided to hang out on the couch for a little bit. I had noticed while we were getting dressed that he had a giant tattoo on his back. It was some kind of Norse pagan-looking design. I already concluded how embarrassing and annoying he was. He listened to Viking metal, so I expected something like it. Viking metal? No. But by this point, I unfortunately understood more of the signs lining up for me. He showed me a music video he was in when he still had his leg. It was really bad, and I just cringed through it. We continued to...
Why are men obsessed with doing that? That's like if I fucking was hooking up with a guy and I was like, do you want to watch some of my stand-up? Like, why are men obsessed with showing you, like, shit that they were in? It's so crazy.
Also, let me just say this really quick, because I was just at a show, and one of my buddies was, like, telling me about a date he went on, and he was like, yeah, I just don't understand, because, like, I thought we had such a nice time, and then, like, she didn't want to see me again. And I was like, well, what was the date? He was like, no, it was, like, really nice. And I go, yeah, that's great, but what was the date? What was the activity? And he's like, well, you know, like, I picked her up, and then we, like, went to my show, and I go, boom, absolutely not. There it is. I go, that is not a fucking date. Going to see, I was like, that's bringing a stranger to work. I was like, that is not what you bring a fucking, I was like,
what show? What, improv?
What?
Stand-up or improv?
Oh, stand-up.
Yeah, no.
And I was just like, but improv, of course not. But like stand-up, I was like, no, you don't do that. Like, are you fucking good? It was so whack.
I can't.
Period. So crazy. Okay. All right. We just cringed through the YouTube video. We continued to scroll through YouTube, and there was a short that came on. It was a bunch of idiot bros trying to come up with words that rhymed with digger.
Okay.
I think you know where this is going. A shit-eating grin crept onto his face.
Don't say sheet-eating green.
His cheesy teeth displayed an even more grotesque light before me, and he said it. Oh yes, girl, you know what he said. The N-word. That was my cue. I stood up and made some excuse about having to go home to my dog who pees the bed and dipped the fuck out of there. He texted me for the next few days, and I ghosted him till he got the hint. He was already so gross and cringe, but racist? Ugh. I'm white passing, but my one grandma is Lebanese and the other is black. It's fair to assume I don't appreciate that stuff. Girl, that's insane. I wasn't going to tell some racist, jacked, gun-loaded dude that I was black and Lebanese.
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't even worth my sexual extortion of his amputated leg. Maybe it was my karma. Or maybe it just means Paralympic amputees can also be garbage. Who knows? But a few months later, I met my legit soulmate. I spend every minute of every day with him, and he truly treats me like a queen. I'm smiling at him right now as I type this. We just got engaged. We also made a 5-year plan the other night. He tells me all the time how much he can't wait to start his life and a family with me. Also, he buys me jewelry and squishmallows because I use them to cradle my head after my...
Okay, yeah, we got it. You have a loving relationship. Yeah.
After my craniotomy. Anyways, thank you so much for reading my story. I'm sorry if it was so long. You guys are amazing. So funny. And I just subscribed to your Patreon a week ago. Also, hot as hell. Thank you, ladies and Lee, for sharing your mental health and sobriety journeys. Also, I decided to break the family cycle and go to Al-Anon in addition to therapy. Thank you for the inspiration. You're welcome.
Me telling her to hurry up through talking about her loving relationship. And it's like, yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Those were our stories. Thank you guys so much for writing in.
The only thing that kind of bothered me really about that last one, which I understand like why you just like had to say that your dog had to pee or whatever, but I'm like, I wish we could just in those situations be like, hey, fuck no. Like, I'm not gonna deal with a race. Like, I wish you could just call him out and be like, no, like, you disgusting.
Yeah, but then you're gonna get chopped up and killed.
I know, and I understand that's the fear, but I hate that that's like the thing, you know?
Yeah. I wish you could have like an egg-shaped like immunity shield.
I know.
And then the second that you hit it.
Because we shouldn't have to like make up an excuse to leave somebody's place when you feel uncomfortable when they literally say something horrific like that.
I know. But that's what we do to stay alive. Okay, you guys, that's the end of our
prompt for next week or no?
No.
No, we do. Paranormal activities.
Oh, do we want to do? Okay, yeah. We'll do it.
I thought a lot of people said they wanted to do that.
People do. People are into ghost stuff. So any kind of weird ghosty shit that you've experienced, let's hear. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Paranormal, ghosty, intuition. I don't know. Whatever it means to you.
Whatever paranormal means to you, boo-boo. Okay,
right,
bye guys.
Send them into Tea Time Stories 42069@gmail.com.
Yep, what Daddy Lee said.
Bye.
Ooh-wee.
You were the brave one. You were the one. So we all ought to die someday. And we all ought to die someday, someday. Well, you were the brave one. Yeah, you were the one. So we all ought to die someday. And probably not from smoking one of your cigarettes.